Greetings, Hoodoo family. So great to be with you one more time. You know, it's a blessing to be in the land of the living one more time. Another chance to do it right, another chance to correct things, another chance to build toward the eternal life, not only earthly, but spiritual life as well. So it's a blessing to be alive. And I'm so grateful that you have decided to subscribe to this channel or just to stop by and visit. I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And family, I hope these videos are helpful to you. I hope everything that I'm putting out here is helping you to build in your work and your skill in traditional hoodoo. But I want to give a special thank you to all of you who provided comments on my last video regarding the message of Hurricane Helene. So thank you to some very insightful perspectives that were shared, informative comments that were made. Thank you to Queen of the Crossroads 2613. Thank you to 79 Knowledge. Thank you to Kasenji. And thank you to Honey's Nectar. Thank you all for your very insightful comments. We learn from each other, and I enjoy, looking at other people's perspectives because I don't claim to be a guru. I don't claim to know everything. I can always learn. Until the day I die, there will always be room to learn more and to see other perspectives. That's how we grow. So thank you all for those comments. And family, I want to also share that I do have a very special hoodoo doll that is for sale. It's a Weeping Mary hoodoo doll. This is a trouble doll, meaning that she helps you to carry your burden. She helps you to carry your troubles. She is a conduit to the spiritual realm, and she is helpful in taking whatever petitions, taking whatever problems you have to your ancestors, to the spiritual realm to receive help. But this particular doll does more than that. If someone is bothering you, if someone is bringing you trouble, you can use Weeping Mary to send that trouble back to them. So this is a very special doll that I really enjoyed making, and she is for sale on my website. I also have an enemy doll that is used for binding your enemies. This doll is available also on my website for sale, and you'll see it again in this video later. But family, we are here today to make a protection oil. And this is a very special but very simple and easy oil that you can make that you're going to see you can use for so many different purposes. So let's get into this, show you how to make this oil, because I think right now all of us can use a little extra protection for the remainder of this year and going on into 2025. So let's get to it. Greetings, Hoodoo family. Apologies for the lighting here, but I need to make this protection oil for a very special protection doll. And this oil is actually feeding that doll. And I'm going to give this oil to someone, but I'm just going to run through the demo. I've already blessed all of the ingredients, prayed over them, and I'll do another round of praying and blessing this oil after I complete it. But I just want to show you the steps, how to make a very easy, simple, but powerful protection oil for yourself and for many other purposes, such as feeding your work. Now, this oil is going to be all natural. You know, if you've been here for a while on my channel, you know that I like to use natural ingredients. I don't like to use store-bought items unless I just have to. And sometimes I do. But this protection oil can be used not only for protection and for feeding protection work, like your protection mojo. Maybe you're doing a candle ritual to protect yourself. You can use this oil to dress that candle. But this oil can also be used to feed your enemy works, such as your enemy dolls. And I'll show you an example of this here in a minute. But it can be used for both protecting yourself, and it can also be used to feed your enemy work, to give it more energy to make it work. Basically putting some fire into it. That's what we're doing. And this protection work is, to me, it's like a fire oil. And you can also use this oil on yourself. If you're going into a crowd of people that you know are hostile towards you, maybe you're going into your job, your school, around family, organization, church, whatever, and there's enemies surrounding you, that it's good to use this oil. But you have to make sure that you're not allergic to this oil before you try to use it on yourself. And it is a fire oil, so it can burn your skin, and I recommend, if possible, if feasible, just use a few drops on your clothing instead and not on your skin. But anyway, let's get into it, showing you how to make this protection oil. So right here I have a small little bottle. You can use any size bottle that you want to, but I have this one, and this has a little stopper in it. Got to get this out. So, and I'm going to use a paper towel just to keep things clean. So basically what I've done, this is my formula jar for protection. Remember, in an earlier video, I told you about formulas. This jar contains everything, all the nature spirits that I could obtain that are good for protection. So what I did was just went into my jar and I pulled out some ingredients that I like to use for this oil, such as angelica root. I can't stress enough, you need to have angelica root in your stock. And then we have some red peppers. I'm not going to use all these, but just to give you an example. These are some things that I pulled out of my jar, and I also pulled out some pine, because I do have some pine tree slices in the jar as well. So these are the 3 ingredients that we're going, well, actually 4, because I'm using some clary sage as well. So the ingredients that we're using, I've already prayed over these, so I'm going to add them to this jar, see if they'll fit. Might have to break them down to actually get in there. That's just a tiny piece of angelica root. Here's a tiny piece of pine, and here we have our dried chili pepper. And it's very important to make sure that everything that goes in your oil is dry, or it will cause mold. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add this clary sage essential oil. Now, it doesn't have to be clary sage. This is what I had on hand. So, wrong lid. So I've added some clary sage, a few drops, to the bottle. And I'm next going to use some of my oil. See if I can pour it in here. Everything needs to be covered in the oil. So I've got a chili pepper in here that is above the oil line. I need to push that down in there further. So you can, if you don't have one of these, you can just use a piece of paper. A piece of paper, fold it up, and pour your oil in there that way. So I'm just going to try to do this so you can see my hands not covering everything. There, I think that's good enough. And got this little piece of pepper left here. I'm going to put that in there. Got some pepper seeds too. Just make sure everything is covered by the oil. Everything should be below that oil line. And I'm going to put, well, I was going to put the lid on, but I'll wait. But what you're going to do is just let this sit. Now, this might work for you for probably about maybe 6 months. And, you know, the longer it stands, the stronger it's going to get. I would recommend that you let it sit. Don't let it sit in the sunlight like I have here. Put it in a dark place, dark, cool place. And let it sit for maybe about a week. And then you can start using the oil. But as time goes on, it's going to get stronger and stronger. So if you want to wait longer, you can. So this is how you make a protection oil. Now, I'm going to pray over this. And I will sit it on my altar, my ancestor altar to be specific. Because I want the power of the ancestor spirit to be in this oil, to be with this oil and work for me, both to protect me or to keep me safe from my enemies. Now, let me show you something else. Let me get all this out the way. I made a enemy doll, I guess it probably was a year ago. And I just put it up. It was to be just an example work, but it's made with all the necessary ingredients and tradition. So this is an enemy doll. To feed this enemy doll, I can actually use this oil. I can just take a dab of it, just like that. And I'm not going to put it on the doll because this doll is for sale. This is an enemy doll. I can put it on the forehead. I can especially put it on the circle here, the stomach. I can put it on the ropes that are all on the doll. So this is just one way to use this oil on an enemy doll. If you have any other type of stationary enemy work, you can try to use this oil on that enemy work, or even a candle for an enemy. You can dress it just by rubbing this on the candle. So just wanted to show you that as well. And like I said, this doll is for sale. It's a very unique. Tried to make it in the most oldest tradition that I could, which always incorporates a mirror on the stomach to capture the spirit of your enemy. And you probably can't see it, but there's a snake that's going around this the belly. And of course, the mouth is bound. Their arms are bound so they can't move. The legs are bound so that they can't move. And inside of the doll is other items and roots that will help to bind the enemy. So just wanted to show you this. Thank you all. I hope this has been helpful for you. Like I said, it's a very easy oil that you can make. 3 simple ingredients, and you can have a very strong and powerful oil, protection oil, enemy oil for yourself. Family, I hope this video has been helpful to you and that you will give this a try. If you want to learn more about traditional hoodoo, check out my Hoodoo Basic Knowledge training textbook on my website. Right now, I have 3 copies for sale at a reduced price because when they were shipped to me, they had scratches or some of the pages got dented, as you can see in the pictures here. So I do have 3 more copies, the last 3, and they are on sale due to some scratches and dings to them, but they are brand new, and this is a great way to start your hoodoo journey, learning traditional hoodoo. So go to my website, link is in the description, and check it out. I really appreciate you subscribing, liking, and all of the visitors for dropping by. I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful, prosperous, and strong hoodoo journey.